Hello everyone, my name's Calum Chisholm. I'm the Intel Philippines Country Manager. I'm pleased to greet you here at the IoT conference. There's been a lot of lively debate here today. It really showing the strong interest and opportunity that everyone can see for IoT here in the Philippines, and we're pleased to share different ideas and different solutions that we can offer our partners here to try and scale and deploy IoT here in the Philippines. Some of the key takeaways, I think, is first of all, it's really important to try and focus on what is the objective that you want to achieve within the IoT project, in this case Smart City. And then Smart City is recognized. It's really an umbrella term for when you need to go down to that next level of what is your objective. So, you know, there's been some worldwide examples shared across the globe, whether it be from transportation, whether it be from emissions, whether it be from other types of experiences worldwide. Here in the Philippines, again, what you can see from the various panel discussion partners is you have the really leading edge cities. So you have, the BGC, Bonifacio Global City, you have the McKinleys, the Clarks, which is really world class and is developing really from that level of infrastructure out. Then we also had the pleasure of discussing also with the Cebu Development Authority. And again, there is basically the coalition together of 11 different disparate municipalities, and it's really then about trying to find the joint factors that they can raise the waterline together on. And I think the key learnings or the key instructions across from the panelists is really try and focus on at least one immediate key opportunity, and especially stressing public-private partnership, PPP. The guardians of that is really the government or the municipality, etc., to identify what the public need is there. And then the private part of that partnership is really then able to suggest the deployment and the scaling and enablement of that. And it's really that third P, which is the partnership piece of doing the public and the private with a partnership together. It's really what's key, especially here in the Philippines. I think what's important is, especially when you look at the Philippines, there is already smart city innovation going on. So there used to be a little bit of a sort of thought that, oh no, smart city is for maybe the more mature countries ahead, and there's not so much innovation been happening in Philippines. Actually, when you can see from the sharing here, already we have some smart city developments going on from the ones that I've mentioned, okay? But again, it's really important, and again, we mentioned about the ICT office now, department now being announced yesterday, is about really starting it from the right way. So trying to get a framework which is open, which data can be shared together, particularly in a government across different departments, would be something that would be important to be, rather than pockets of data, actually bringing that together. And then also, depending on which level the city is at, things are more important than others. So would it be from a transportation? Would it be, I think for everyone, disaster relief and monitoring side? Would it be from the utilities part? Or it can also be from a governance perspective. Again, it depends on which city for which aspects are the most important. And again, that comes down to the PPP piece of the P being the partnership in the middle to really identify, go for one first, try and achieve that together first, and then build on that going forward. If you have that open framework, you can try it. One of the guest speakers made a good point, is that in the cloud, for example, the cost of failure is less. So basically what that means is you can try it, you can optimize it, or you can replace it. As long as you have that framework that's in place, you get empowered to actually do that. So I think that's important, and just to start that momentum. I think if you look at the Philippines, I think definitely the parts that we've mentioned in terms of from the governance aspect, from the smart city in terms of the infrastructural piece of optimization of transport, the piece on the disaster and emergency type monitoring. These are sort of core fundamental areas that I think can help across all. Then you start to get into other key industries which Philippines is leading the world on. For example, in BPO industry, BPO, you can see there's a lot of campuses springing up. So there's a lot of work going on across the world on smart campus, whether it be for schools or for industrial. And again, that's an area that we can probably benefit a lot from. And then there's the other piece, which again the government's been making strides on, is in the sort of e-governance, or in this case there was through DOST e-Filipino initiative, which at the moment is more through Tech for Ed and portal, but you can imagine that evolving over time to being a sort of even more e-government as a type of service approach, and that's something we look forward to hopefully partnering in public-private within the ecosystem and within the government and within the key partners to see how we can actually make a difference here in the Philippines. First of all, come. Okay, I think IDC Q1 Philippines, the highest GDP in Asia, first time ahead of China. Okay, so that's very important. 6.9%. Opportunities here. We mentioned the BPO industry. Manufacturing is also coming even more accelerated here. So a lot of Japanese firms, Taiwanese firms, others are really coming into the region. Why? Because of the workforce, because of this pretty stable environment, because of the growth, the skill set, the language, etc. So there's a lot there. There's a lot within the government from PESA zones and other things like that. And then partner with us about, okay, what infrastructure is required to enhance even more, and take the opportunity here in the Philippines. I genuinely believe the growth is going strong. IoT is a very key element to keep accelerating in that space, and it makes a big difference here in the Philippines. We're just going into a new administration as well, so there's new policies that will be set. Hopefully they'll be in a strong direction as well, and we can keep that momentum going forward. We actually just had a lunch now with some key partners. Again, just an informal discussion. I think the first step is the discovery phase. And again, your conference here is a great vehicle to actually discover, because it's a lot of learnings, shared learnings, and discussions about what IoT is, not just in the Philippines, but across the region. And then we had the double-click discussion there around the roundtable. I'd say reach out, look for that. And then the next level is really to then go down to specific discussion about what it is that you want to achieve. And again, reach out to Intel, for example, within your respective country, here in the Philippines, or if you're from another country. And we can really do that detailed discussion around what your solution is, or your solution requirement is. And I think that's a key point as well, is what is it that you want to achieve? And really then we can then have that discussion. We have multiple vertical specialists from all the different, from the telecommunication through to the utilities, through to the energy, through to the finance, through to automotive, et cetera, going to healthcare all the way across. So then you can really have those discussions and drill down. And then really what Intel is offering is really, if you like, that umbrella viewpoint, consultative viewpoint, where basically we're working with all the consortium members and bring in a collaborative way what would be the best consortia to deliver based on your specific requirements, and then see how we can work together on that. as IoT evolves, we're going to see even more, if you like, solution sharing from the participants, right? Right now, a lot of the people is in the conference room or in the discovery phase, you know, and that's great. That's what actually the key role, I think, of this conference this time around is to bring together, if you like, the first-time adopters, the movers, and sharing the experiences. I think you know, as this evolves, it's going to be much more about solution sharing, if you like, going forward. So I think the shape of the conference will evolve as the maturity of the solutions start to evolve, because people will have done their POCs and other things like this, and will be, how does mine stack up against others and learning. So I think there's that maturing piece that will happen. I must say I commend the audience, because everyone is engaged, everyone is there as well, which is important. Everyone is asking, you know, good questions, and there's a genuine, you can feel there's a willingness to discover. So, you know, thanks for that. I think the demo area is also, you know, important for that hands-on type discussion. The discussion length seemed to be of the right length as well, in terms of, you know, not too long, but enough time to get the points across. So yeah, I think overall it's very worthwhile, and yeah, thanks for choosing Philippines. We want to keep making sure that we're bringing this level of visibility and also recognition into the Philippines, and hopefully we'll see even more, you know, going forward.